Hey everyone, it's Molly, and this month we are going to be focusing on branding. The reason I chose branding is it's a huge way to get yourself out there as well as keeping people interested in your business. And with Bring Back My Bar this month, we really want to make sure that we're getting ourselves out there, that you want to be promoting this as much as possible. And one of the easiest ways of doing that is with branding. It's pretty simple to do. Most of you have business cards that you should be leaving absolutely everywhere. And I don't know about you, but when I leave my business cards out, I always get a personal high when I hand them off to somebody, and I feel kind of like an adrenaline rush is going on. I kind of get all excited. And today, actually, I want to send out a big congratulations to Wendy Geiger because she did it for the first time, and she described it as like this high school giddy, very, yeah, exciting moment for her. So, handing your business cards to someone, or even just leaving them in the bathroom, in a rest stop, leaving them, on the counter when you go to get coffee, a quick trip, is a great way to at least get them out there. At least have someone see and think, hey, there might be someone out there that's been looking for a consultant, and then bam, there's my card. A couple other ways of branding is making sure, and this one is very important, that you're putting your information inside of every bar. So what I like to do is this. I have these little samples, and if anybody wants to get those from me, I can email them to you. I got them from Carrie initially when I started, and I put these inside of every single bar, on every single scent circle, on every product that leaves my house. If they get it sent to them, obviously, you can't brand it. It goes right from corporate to them, and it comes how we get it. But anything that goes through my house has this in it. Most of you seasoned girls know this and do this all the time. But for some of the newer ones, this is important. I have my name, my phone number, and my website in there. And like I said, I can send this out to you. You always want to make sure that you have this out because let's say someone orders a bar and then they decide they don't like it anymore, and her sister comes over and goes, ooh, I like that scent. And you give her this and it doesn't have your information in it. Who does she go and order from then? Because she doesn't have your information to bring it back to you. So you want to absolutely make sure that your information is on every single item that leaves your house. Now, another way to brand and get your name out there too is making samples. You don't have to have the Scent of the Month Club, although I highly recommend it because it does give you that PRV every month. But you can make samples from anything. Anything that you have in stock. If you have some bars sitting around that you've had for a while and you just can't sell them, go ahead, make samples out of them. A lot of you girls already do this, but I'm just making this video for some of our newer people or people who want to start taking their business further by branding. So that's going to be the basis of my information today is making samples. There's more than one way to skin a cat, obviously, and so many different people do it so many different ways. This is just the way that I found easiest for me, and I do it in the kitchen. It's just kind of messy. I have a daycare. Well, not really. I watch some kids at home here. So my house is always lived in and it's never clean. It's not a museum. So I make my samples in the kitchen, and the easiest way that I have found is this way, which I did find online, and obviously the internet is a huge tool. So if you don't care for the way I make them, that's fine. You can find another way by looking on YouTube, by searching it in Google. There's lots of different information in different ways out there. So this is the way that I've found that I like to do it. So I grab my bar and I grab 4 little squares out of my bar. Then what I do is I went to Hobby Lobby. If you don't have one around you, I'm sure there's other places that might carry these, but I know for sure that Hobby Lobby carries these. It's these little candy molds. And as you can see, there's lots here. So what I do is I go ahead and I put this down and I take those 4 cubes one at a time and I grate them with just a regular cheese grater over that. So grate all into here, and it makes a nice big pile, and then I just spread them out evenly, and 4 cubes does it. Spread them out evenly, and then what you do is you take a hair dryer, and while holding this flat, you go ahead and melt all of the wax from underneath. And that's going to go ahead, it's not going to be super hot. Obviously, we know our wax doesn't get hot, and our hair dryers don't get too hot either. So all you do is you go ahead and you make sure that all of them are melted, and then you just let it sit. I usually let it sit about 5-10 minutes until it gets hard. What I like to do right before I pop them out is put them in the freezer for a minute, 2 minutes, however long you want to throw it in there, and that makes it easier for them to pop out. Then I just take 1 or 2 of those little samples, pop them out, and I put them, excuse my reaching here, again, lived in mess. I should be more organized. I put them into these little baggies that you can get at Walmart. You can get at any crafting store. They're just tiny little bags. You can leave them anywhere. Sometimes I like to attach my business magnets to them. Sometimes I just like to leave them like this, depending on where I'm going. But I pop 2 or 3 of those into this bag, and then, always important, you brand them. This is what I have done. It says Scentsy wax sample, and then I have these all pre-printed out, and I just write the scent in there. So that way I can use the template every time, and I don't have to keep changing it. If you want to, you can, but I never know how many I'm going to make. So I have them all pre-printed out, and then I just write the name of the scent in there. And then I put contact Molly Laidlaw and my email address and my phone number. A little higher. So that's the way that I make samples. Again, found it on the internet. So if anyone else has better ideas, better ways of doing this, I'm always open to suggestions. This is just the best way I found for me because it only takes me like 10 minutes to do, and then I can leave it, walk away, come back later. My samples are made. I can pop them out and start going to town on them. But again, something that you can leave anywhere. Leave anywhere you leave your business cards. I hand them to people when I go to McDonald's and I take the kids to McDonald's. I'll hand it to the lady that's, checking out, and I say, here, this is for you, and then drive away. And what she does with it, whatever. But at least I have put myself out there and I potentially made a new customer. So one little easy way to get yourself started with branding. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am available pretty much any time. If I can't get to you right away, I will shortly. So I hope you enjoy this month on branding. If you have any suggestions that you'd like me to talk about or anything that you have been wondering about and want to know more, please send me a message. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.